Unless your name is Lucas Paquetá or Ivan Toney or any other footballer associated with putting cheeky little bets on, what minute do we bet Salah's going to dive? And what excuse do we reckon Klopp's going to make should a loss occur for Liverpool? Place your bets right now, and if you want to, stick them in the comments below. I'm going to say that Salah dives on the 38th minute and Liverpool gets a penalty out of it. And I'm going to say if we lose, Klopp's going to probably use the 2 p.m. kickoff or some other things like that as the excuse. What do you think, though? Let me know. So, we got Liverpool away this weekend. I remember what happened last season, and I was thinking about that when I was making this video. Núñez had been in a pretty poor run of form, but he obviously, with West Ham being the charity case club at the time, kind of still is in some ways and yet to be fully convinced. Núñez scored against us. Jarrod Bowen had a penalty saved. Very frustrating night on Merseyside last season. I don't know what it is at Liverpool, but we have our ups and downs against them. That game where we beat them 3-2 back in, was it November 2021? That was a peak high point in the West Ham fans' life, especially someone of my age. Something that I'll never forget. We beat Liverpool in 2015 there. We did a double triple over them in the 2015-16 season. And now we're facing a Liverpool side that's unbeaten in the Premier League, and I reckon, yeah, it's going to get in Champions League again. But right now it's settling for Europa, and it's not really a significant downgrade. It's a competition they can easily get very far in. And they've had a summer where they've had to restructure a lot of the team, but restructure it in a way that may be for the better. And one key area, for sure, had to be redeveloped if Klopp wanted his team to be successful this season. Before I get into the signings, let's talk about who left Liverpool first of all. Firmino, Keita, Fabinho were 3 major departures. Firmino and Fabinho went off to Saudi Arabia. Firmino leaving Liverpool was going to be quite a difficult one emotionally because he isn't seen as a cult hero in that part of the city. He's certainly well loved and well adored by the fans in the 8 years that he was at Anfield, and he left with some unforgettable memories of his time there. Firmino leaving was quite a necessary move. He's 31 now, and I suppose Liverpool's got to get onto the thing in the situation it was where Klopp first signed, where it needed to get a lot younger players in and new leaders. When Klopp first started at the club, and Steven Gerrard had obviously just left, and they needed to fill in a void with the leadership. He needed some sense of stability, it needed some sense of structure, and it needed to be attractive, or something that could fit with Klopp's ideology, not necessarily gegenpressing, and fit with something the fans could warm to. In 2023, Liverpool let those players go, with Virgil van Dijk being named captain, and new signs were made for the midfield. Alexis McAllister joined from Brighton, Dominic Szoboszlai joined as well, as did Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch. 4 midfielders signed, but all of them are quite dynamic. Endo is going to be the Fabinho replacement because he's quite a solid and firm defensive midfielder. Even though he is 30 years old, his age doesn't matter because it's his talent that does the talking. Signing McAllister is a big move for Liverpool, and I think he's fantastic. Brighton got the best half of that deal, and they do that when they sell players. They always get the really good money for it from it. I think as well, I would say that Szoboszlai is quite versatile. He can play as a winger, attacking midfielder, or a box-to-box. He's already got 1 goal for the club, which is good. I know that Gravenberch made quite a name for himself in Germany. I want to see what he's going to be like, though. I'm not sure how he'll fit into Liverpool's side right now, but with time he might come quite good. And that's another thing to look at. The midfield needed to be younger. It needed to be done up again. Klopp's done that. Maybe get some players who could be similar to like Xabi Alonso, Lucas Leiva's, and those kind of Gerrard, those kind of popular figures at the club. I think that's what he's tried to do with these signings, just try and get that in, but not to the same calibre, but get those kind of players who can be reminding fans of those kinds, if you know what I'm saying. And I think Liverpool will do well with that midfield. It's going to have a lot of options. Salah, obviously. Van Dijk, obviously. Alisson, fantastic goalkeeper. Núñez can be good on his day. I know people slag him off, but he can be good on his day. And he's not better than Erling Haaland, so Scousers shut up. And I'd also go and say, with this Liverpool team, Cody Gakpo as well. He scored against us last season. He's a good player as well. Got a lot of good players. That Liverpool team's got so much talent in it, man. Some are better than others, though. I mean, Trent, jury's out on him. Because Trent's good at the set pieces, but sometimes just can't defend. Robertson has been a great fullback for them. And I want to be able to get a good assessment of how this Liverpool team's different now. I'll be able to do it after the game, and then maybe I'll have some new faces to add to the ones to watch. Who played for both? Adrian did. Adrian spent, 6 years at West Ham, going from a relatively unheard of backup goalkeeper to a starter. Who remembers that penalty he scored against Everton in the FA Cup? The penalty in the shootout that knocked Everton out and he slid across his knees. That was a memorable moment. But as time passed, he started to get less opportunities in the side. He went out to Liverpool, where he's acted as a backup goalkeeper. I don't even think he gets a lot of game time right now from hardly any. But I remember him from when he was at West Ham. And as time's gone by, I started to forget about him a little bit. The name came into my head before the video, though. Adrian. Liverpool's got a habit of coming back to win games at the minute. So I'm going to have to say 3-1 to Liverpool, but Liverpool to score first. And then that gives us an incentive to get back into it. And that might change the style. We have to work on the fact that Liverpool, as I say, is a comeback king right now. So let's go behind first and then progress from there. And then maybe we'll get 3 points at Anfield. Hoping for the best, though, because I'm getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch this. Then I'm going back to bed. So please, West Ham, don't make me getting up early in the morning all for nothing.